Hi, I'm Photo John for PhotographyReview.com. Got a new box here. Can open this sucker up and show you what's in. There we go. That is a beauty. That is the Leica V-Lux 30, the latest point-and-shoot camera from Leica. It's a 14 megapixel super zoom camera with a 16 times zoom lens equivalent to 24 to 384 in the 35 millimeter format. There's one other thing in this box. Look at that. Again, nice Leica style. This is a leather case for the camera. Beautiful. This being a super zoom camera, one of the first things we want to look at is the lens. Once again, that's a 16 times zoom lens, 24 to 384 millimeter equivalent, and it's got optical image stabilization in it. It's a Leica lens, of course. One of the other cool things about the V-Lux 30 is that it has a touchscreen LCD display. Right now it's turned on so that if I touch the display, it will focus where I touch and take a picture. That is pretty cool. So it's selective autofocus and exposure at the same time. Note that it says GPS right there. Yes, the V-Lux 30 has built-in GPS. Let's take a look here. Go into the menu. See that right there? There are the GPS settings. Now, GPS in a camera isn't for finding your way around a strange town or for finding your way home when you get lost. GPS in your camera is for tagging photos so that you can search them and share them by location. Imagine having a map on your computer and clicking on a spot and being able to see your photos that you took from that spot. That's what it's for. Of course, like most cameras now, the V-Lux 30 has full HD video. This is with the Q menu, the quick menu, HD, VGA, and QVGA. And it's in the AVC HD format, which provides better compression and doesn't use as much battery life. Full HD video means 1920 by 1080 pixels resolution. And there's a dedicated video button right here. You just hit that button to start video recording anytime you want, whatever mode you're in. Another thing that I'm excited about with this camera is it'll shoot 10 frames per second at full resolution. Again, looking at this menu, see the options right here, 5 with autofocus, 10 frames per second, 40 frames per second, which is at reduced resolution, 60 frames per second, also at reduced resolution, 2 frames per second with continuous autofocus, 5 with continuous autofocus, and again 10 frames per second at maximum resolution. I shoot a lot of outdoor action sports. A camera like this that'll do 10 frames per second and has a 16 times zoom lens, awesome. Another thing that's really cool about this camera for serious photographers is that it has manual mode, full manual exposure mode. See the meter there? You can adjust aperture and shutter speed. See there's the shutter speed right there, making it faster, slower, or aperture, bigger aperture, smaller aperture. So for more experienced photographers, full manual control, which is awesome. I know some of you no doubt are saying, but Photo John, isn't that Leica just a Panasonic with a red dot on it? Well, yeah, it is a sweet red dot, but those of you who've read about this camera a little bit know that this costs $750, and this right here, oh yeah, I've got the Panasonic too. This Panasonic costs about $400, $399 I think is the retail. So, why should you buy the Leica instead of the Panasonic? There actually is a reason. It has a much better warranty, 2-year comprehensive warranty. No matter what happens to the camera, Leica will replace it. That's not the case with the Panasonic. I think the Panasonic has a 1-year limited warranty on it. Also, the Leica comes with Adobe Photoshop Elements for image editing and Adobe Premiere Elements for video editing. I think that right there is worth about $200 if you don't already have software. So that almost makes up the difference. But the key thing, and the reason that I'm most interested in the Leica over the Panasonic, is Leica has their own JPEG processing. In the past, I've been disappointed with Panasonic's JPEG processing. A few years ago, I actually had the opportunity to test a Leica and a Panasonic at the same time. The Deluxe 3 and the Deluxe 3 and the LX2, both high-end compacts, premium compacts with RAW. But just like these cameras, Leica had their own JPEG processing, and the difference between the JPEGs and the two cameras was pretty noticeable. The Leica files were a lot larger, and the image quality was a lot smoother and more detailed and more natural looking. I haven't shot with this Leica yet, but it's important for you to know that there's more to this than just the red dot. I will be posting on photographyreview.com full studio samples from each camera, and you can compare for yourself. Quick recap of the V-Lux 30 here. It's a 14 megapixel camera. It's got a 16 times zoom lens, equivalent to 24 to 384 millimeters. Super long and super wide, fits in your pocket. Awesome. 10 frames per second, full 1920 by 1080 video in the AVC HD format, GPS built in, touchscreen 3-inch display, full manual exposure controls. This is a badass little camera. The only thing it doesn't have is RAW. This is Photo John for photographyreview.com. Thanks for watching my Leica V-Lux 30 intro video. Hope you found it informative. And I'll see you next time in the next video.